Rabid. Hey, what's happening, everyone? How's it going? We're here doing a random live stream. And, I was up in the air. I was going to do a video about CONFLUX last night. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe we'll just go live and kind of talk about it. That way we're more interactive. We can kind of get your guys' opinions on what's kind of going on there. So welcome to episode 2 of the Crypto SmackDown. Where we smack you back to reality. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. Anyway, what's going on? How's everyone doing? Let's scroll up and see what we got going on in the live chat. What we got? Okay, we got Mr. Oh, we got to hit our echo again. Fudweiser. Stroker Ace, Sling Buzz, what's going on? Solar Miner, yes, Solar Miner. Free power is awesome if you got enough solar to cover everything. Jarl Gray Bear, what's going on? Chris Hanley, Sling Buzz, Rud Putz, Solar. Try not to repeat too many people too many times. We got Fox Mocha. Is that right? Mocha? I'm going with Mocha. Automatic Beats, what's happening? Techman, what's happening? What are you doing today? I don't know if you make it or not. It's the middle of the week. Scrolling on through, Chris Hanley, Rod Watkins, what's going on? Sling Buzz, scrolling through, big countdown there from Rud, and Tony Magna, Viper Mining. What do we got here? I need my COD. Yeah, yo, it's been a minute since I caught you live. Yeah, where you been hiding? I haven't read out. I need my COD for quite some time, so welcome back to a live stream. Nexus says it pays like 20 cents a day on a 3070. You know what? Let's look at that right quick, seeing how we're here. Let's just take a quick peek here. Go to the CPU mining profits here in this thing. What's the hash rate on a 3070? Actually, I think I got one. Hold on. ASICs, where we at? No, not ASICs. GPUs. Let's scroll down to Nexa. Nexa. Where's my Nexa? There it is. Let's go to full screen so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. Hash rates on Nexa. Let's just see what I have going on my 3070. I think I have one in one of these rigs. Engage. Open. Oh man, it's so slow. All right, it just wants to take its sweet old time. Wow, it doesn't want to load nothing at all. My internet is really bad. Are we lagging out or something, guys? How's the stream coming through? Let me know. Loading through. Come on. Wow. Okay, so we'll just sit here all day and wait for HiveOS to load, I guess. There we go. So 37, we got 61.74 mega hash, saying 123 watts, probably a little bit more, but 61.74. So let's just pump that in there. Nexa 61.74. We're going to enter that in there. What is the current hash rates and everything currently? You have to bring this up. Mining pool stats, Nexa, just kind of right out of left field, but it was brought up. So let's just kind of look at some numbers to see what it's potentially getting. So we got 14.29 terahash on the network. So 14.29 down a little bit. 29. And then we need a price here of 00014. Went down a little bit. So it looks like Nexa is making about 53 cents before power. So depending on your power, do that. Subtract it from whatever your power is worth on whatever it's drawing. You're getting about 38,500 coins a day, rough estimate here, and 53 cents on that 3070. So there's some numbers to look at. I know we're around 860. Looks like my farm is currently kind of profitable at $1.71 based on that. So awesome. So there's some quick rough numbers on Nexa if you're curious, seeing how it just came up out of nowhere. We ran through that right quick. Stream's looking good from there. Awesome. Okay, good. So let's take a look a little bit about CONFLUX here. As we know, it has been pumping like crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's just look at that's 3 months ago. Let's look at 1 month. Look at 1 month. So it was hanging around, the high 3 cent mark, 4 cents here. And then all of a sudden, kaboom, it exploded to 47 cents. So I don't even know what that is. 11,000% or something like that, I think is what it is in the past 30 days. That is insane. This thing went 11x. That's crazy. Absolutely insane. If we look at the current hash rate on the network of CONFLUX, obviously the hash rate went through, but the hash rate didn't climb as fast as the price. So that's a good sign. It was around 4.45 terahash. and then it shot up to about 9.72. So slightly over doubled, but the price went 11x. So that's a good thing. But the Octopus algorithm does use quite a bit of power. You also have to have 8 gigabytes plus worth of GPUs in order to mine CONFLUX. 6 and less, the DAG size is too big for that. But, you know, that's pretty much how it is. But based on my 11-cent power, it never did hit a profitable rate for me to mine it. Also, if you start just moving to a coin because it pumps, you're most likely going to miss out. And by the time you have to cover your power bill or something, it's going to be down in price and you're probably not going to be profitable. Again, I wasn't even profitable at the peak based on my power price. So obviously people have to be at 10 cents or less to maybe hit that profitability numbers. Anyway, so I have a couple articles here I kind of want to go through into why the price may have actually pumped. So here's one courtesy of the beginner's block. So I don't know if you guys heard of this blog or not. I actually was contacted. Now I do want to give a disclaimer here. I have not received any funds or anything from the beginner's block to promote their blog, but they did contact me and told me to take a look at it, and then they might want to work something out or something. I don't know what's going on, but I wanted to talk about CONFLUX, and they actually had a post about CONFLUX. So I figured, hey, you know what? Let's take a look at their blog and see what's going on. So this is from the beginner's block here, and we're just going to take a quick look what they kind of had to say here. So let's just kind of start from the top. CONFLUX, a next generation public blockchain protocol, has been making headlines recently with its surge in price and partnerships with China. CONFLUX's unique architecture based on a tree graph consensus algorithm allows for high speed and high throughput transactions while maintaining security and decentralization. Let's take a closer look at CONFLUX's recent rise in price and its partnership with China. So in the last few weeks, CONFLUX's price has experienced a significant surge, rising by over 300% in just a few days. So this was a couple days ago. Again, at the peak, it was like 11,000% or 1,100, I guess. 1,100, not 11,000. That'd be insane. It's 110 times. Anyway, this sudden increase in price can be attributed to several factors, including the growing demand for decentralized finance, DeFi applications, and the increasing interest in public blockchain protocols. CONFLUX's fast transaction speeds and low transaction fees make it an attractive option for DeFi applications, which require a high degree of speed and efficiency. Another key factor driving CONFLUX's rise in price is its partnership with China. In recent years, China has been making significant efforts to develop and promote blockchain technology. We kind of know what's going on there too. They banned Bitcoin and all this stuff because they are trying to move towards their own centralized type of currency, as we all know, with everyone else that's out there. And Hong Kong's supposed to be revealing their, CBDCs or something later on this year. That'll be interesting as well. Regardless, the Chinese government has identified blockchain as a key area for development and has set a goal to become a world leader in blockchain technology by 2025. Now, it's interesting because also, I remember a couple days ago on Twitter, people were saying, is China gonna push the next bull run and all this stuff, right? Is the whole bull run gonna begin there? And it's interesting. Now, CONFLUX has been going up while the rest of the market has continued to kind of be in the red zone, which is interesting. CONFLUX's partnership with the Shanghai government, which was announced in December 2020, is an important step towards achieving this goal. Under the partnership, CONFLUX will work with the Shanghai government to promote the development and adoption of blockchain technology in the region. This includes the development of blockchain-based solutions for government services, financial services, and supply chain management. The partnership also includes the establishment of a blockchain research institute in Shanghai, which will focus on blockchain technology, innovation, and talent training. The partnership with the Shanghai government is a significant milestone for CONFLUX and the blockchain industry in China. It not only provides CONFLUX with access to government resources and support, but also validates the potential of blockchain technology in solving real-world problems. As China continues to push for the development and adoption of blockchain technology, they're saying blockchain technology. Remember, they're not really mentioning crypto or anything. They're saying the blockchain technology, which is kind of funny here. And CONFLUX is well positioned to play a key role in this effort. In conclusion, CONFLUX's recent rise in price in partnership with China is a testament to the growing interest in blockchain technology and its potential to revolutionize various industries. CONFLUX's unique architecture and fast transaction speeds make it an attractive option for DeFi applications, while its partnership with the Shanghai government provides it with access to critical resources and support. As China's blockchain ambitions take shape, CONFLUX is posed to be at the forefront of this excitement and dynamic industry. So that's a pretty decent article there, courtesy of these guys here. But there's another thing that played a factor in here, and a lot of you guys, and well, not all you guys, but if you guys aren't a member of the Discord, link is in the description, be sure to join up. But there's another factor that did come into play. So I feel CONFLUX's rise was due to a double whammy. So one, obviously, we have this news of CONFLUX kind of exploding and stuff within China here, but there was also a halving. Now, we've seen this happen with FLUX. FLUX had a halving there a couple weeks back, and we did see more hash rate move over to it because of it. And we also saw more people buying coins because we knew this event was happening. You buy that, sell the news type of operation going on, buy the hype here. And this is also what was going on. So CONFLUX seen a double whammy. And as of last night, yesterday, the halving happened. So CONFLUX went from a block reward of 2 down to 1. And if we take a look here at this right here, this is courtesy of their CIPs and everything. Let's just have a look. So the announcement here, round 1 on-chain DAO voting results will be activated soon. Proof of work basic reward will be adjusted from 2 CONFLUX to 1 CONFLUX according to the results from the voting. So they did a big vote here. And the block reward for 1 block will be adjusted from 2 to 1. The POS basic inflation rate will be adjusted from 4% to 4.08%. So they're increasing the proof of staking rewards, it looks like, by 0.08%, and they reduced the block reward by obviously 50% in that halving. So a double whammy did hit CONFLUX in terms of a halving as well as this news with China. So that probably really grew to the growth of it. So the halving went through, it is done, over with. If we go to look at different results here, actually let's go to what to mine, have a peek here. We can see that currently CONFLUX block reward is now 1.01. Now, actually, earlier it said 0.99, and the profitability dropped to negative 10 cents at the current price. Hash rate is slowly starting to fall off. Hash rate NO kind of says the same thing here. Hash rate NO actually this morning was showing that it was still like only -2 negativity, but I do see it's coming down because it's based on 24-hour averages. But again, it's negative 11 cents. And CONFLUX used to be yesterday and the day before and stuff for a 3070 anyway, was like the 3rd place coin in profitability, but at my power price, it was still negatives. But we can see that the profitability of CONFLUX did drop way down the list here. And now actually it's saying profit 24 hours. It's still saying 5 cents on a 3070. Oh no, that's toward 24 hours. So it's still doing an average of profit here, but the profit here in general after power is that negative 11 cents. So profitability is dropping. If you are looking to mine it, someone just said earlier in the live chat, they have free power. So why not give it a shot? If you have free power, who cares? But for most people out there, it's probably not profitable anymore. Hash rate is starting to dip. The price is slowly starting to come down. Now, will it pump up again? I don't know. What do you guys thought? What do you guys think is going to happen? It looks like it's been hitting the red zone and it's seeing a little peak again. Are we going to see another rocket ship explosion, or has it actually finally lost its fuel from the halving event and all the hype train, and we could start seeing this thing drop back down, people taking profits and so on? So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays off moving forward. Let's see what we got going on here in the live chat. Yeah, CONFLUX was short-lived for miners. Yeah, it never did hit a profitability level for me, especially because the algorithm. Now, I look at a few places, Reddit, things like that, Twitter, and people just say how revolutionary the algorithm is. Now, I don't know what's going on in the background. Obviously, I guess it's a fast chain, so the algorithm's doing its job. But in terms of a miner, the power, it uses quite a bit of power. So it's not revolutionary for a miner. It's kind of bad because it uses so much power. So it never did hit a profitability level for myself. Okay, what we got? You said, yep, you said it, Rabid. Nobody knows the next profitable coin is going to come from. Yeah, we never know. We don't know what's going to pump. Like, it looks like they're talking, well, they're saying, DeFi and all this, DeFi. So that becomes the implementation of smart contracts and asset creation going on. That's where DeFi and everything comes from all these smart contracts. That's what made Ethereum really explode in late 2020 to the bull run in 2021, was they were pretty much the first chain to get DeFi and the smart contracts really rolling across it. And then they saw that massive explosion move on to it. Now it seems like the new normal is getting smart contracts and something on. That seems like to be the new normal. Nothing new is really being built on the majority of the chains. Now Flux obviously is doing new stuff that's different, so that could cause a nice rally moving into end of 2024 2025 peaks here. Be very interesting to see how that plays out. But Raptorium, for example, they are planning to be legitly almost the next Ethereum as well. Keep that in mind. They have been moving towards, they've been updating, they're very active on their chain, not only through getting devs to develop video games, which is a huge industry on its own. They are planning on being like Ethereum. They got the smart nodes there. That's their backup security for 51% attacks on the proof of work side. But it's also going to be validations for the smart contracts. There's going to be DeFi. There's going to be anything that you can pretty much do across Raptorium. So could we see huge spikes there as well? It's going to be a very cool thing. I'm 100% bullish on Raptorium, even though a lot of people are kind of talking bad on it, but I think it's going to surprise a lot of people in the next, who knows, it could be in the next bull run 2025, or it might be the one in 2029. I don't know, but things like this don't just happen overnight. So I'm bullish on that, but it's going to be interesting to see how all these chains implement their version of all this stuff. What do we got? When CFX halved last night. The halving occurred last night sometime. I think it happened. It was around 11 o'clock at night, my time, 10 to 11 in there somewhere. General Mountain or USC time or UC, whatever it is. It was +8. GMT +8 at 1300 is when it happened, which was sometime last night for me. RTM is moving up to that level. Wow, nice. I got over 560K RTM. Nice. Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar, Fully Electric, they're going to do some crazy things. Skirm, he's part of the team kind of there, so he'll have more information. I don't know all the information, but I've been talking to Big Piggy, Charlie, and some other people every once in a while, and legitly that's the goal of Raptorium, is to do what Ethereum does. They're pretty much claiming eventually, once they get everything figured out and worked out, they can do exactly what Ethereum does, but faster, more secure, and cheaper. And not only are they only doing it on how do I give an example here? I guess Geth, and you have all these things running on different chains. You need specialized developers for your guys' code. Now they plan on doing it all within Python and a couple other common codes that pretty much everyone that's a dev knows how to use. Everyone knows how to use the code. So they're trying to do everything like Ethereum, DeFi, everything, but they're going to implement it on a code that more developers can utilize, which means bringing more people to their chain to be able to build applications on top of Raptorium, because they don't have to train anybody to do it. It's a common code that anybody that's knows coding can build on. So I think that opens up a huge opportunity to seeing a lot more devs build across the chain as well. In my mind, that's just me thinking about it. I'm not a coder or a dev or anything, so I don't know how it works. But to me, it just makes sense that if you open up, I guess, the criteria for a job, you'll get a lot more applicants coming in, and you'll get a lot more cool ideas being built, because you're not just singling out certain people for a certain code. So I think that's kind of a cool thing. That's just me. I think that's the way I'm kind of looking at it. I don't know. You guys can agree, disagree? Let me know. RTM can't go up. Emissions too high for nodes. What will you do if it spikes in price? Probably the same thing as everyone else. That's very true. But again, it all depends. Look what happened with Bitcoin. Look at everything. Emissions, Bitcoin emissions. We're very early, guys. You can't think of emissions and everything the way they are right now. Bitcoin used to pay out thousands of Bitcoin to miners. Everyone sold it off. Someone sold I'm looking at an article. Someone sold 200 Bitcoin way back when for 40 cents or something, right? Now look at a Bitcoin. Over time, this is a timely thing and not a looking at it right now. Over time, people are like, oh, look at the pump. I'm selling all my coins. I'm selling all my coins. I'm selling all my coins. Well, guess what? Eventually, what if that coin, or Raptorium for an example, because people ditched 3 million coins here, 5 million coins there, all of a sudden the price starts shooting up. Oh, look at the people that actually held. Look at the people that are holding on. Or I talked about this previously as well. And remember, the smart nodes will be validating this. So the gas fees and stuff will be increased revenue across the nodes, which gives you even more incentive to kind of have your coins on a node and running your own node. So that's an interesting aspect as well. So moving forward, I said it before, like, what do you do if a coin really pumps? Like, yeah, sure, you can sell it all, but as we know, each bear market usually ends up higher and higher as time goes by. So obviously the 2026 bear market, you know, we went from 2018 or something, 3,000 was the bottom on Bitcoin. We went in 2021 here, we hit about 15.5. 2026 bear market, you know, Bitcoin might only drop to like $30,000. The bottom keeps getting higher and higher. So do you sell your lump sum, which some may say yes, and, you know, it might be a good idea, buy back in at the bottom if you can play the cycles right, or do you hold on to that and use only what you're getting rewarded? So almost like a weekly or daily paycheck coming from the smart node. And that's what you use to sell while you're holding your huge lump sum in the bank in terms of a smart node. So that's kind of another way to look at things. Again, we don't know what's going to happen. We never know what's going to pump, what coin's going to take off. It does come down to investors and what investors think will make more on their money. So there's a lot of aspects coming into the crypto side for sure. For the last 7 months, I have been mining Pulsar, trying to get the 500K. So far, I'm at 397K Pulsar. Do you think Pulsar will make any strong moves? I don't know. I don't really follow a lot of these chains. As a miner, I just go to look like where profitability is. Like, I don't have anywhere near that much Pulsar. I think I'm hanging around maybe 47. Actually, I don't even think I have 47,000, maybe 44,000, 45,000. I don't remember. I don't have very much, but I do remember, I like to look at previous all-time highs. And I do remember a single Pulsar block when you're solo staking.
Okay. I stuck.
Oh. A single Pulsar solo block was, they're 90 Pulsar, but it was worth $2. Now it's like worth what? I don't even know, 30, 40 cents. I can't even remember. But I look back at that, and you know what? If they can hit if they can at least hit their all-time high again because of all the money coming in, that's awesome. And if they can't, I don't know. Because remember, some coins, they're not going to see their all-time highs. We don't know what coin are. And majority of the coins that are out there right now, you know, Raven coin, Flux, again, Flux, I do seeing logins because they are doing something different. But, you know, we have Cadena out there, CKB, a lot of coins. They've only seen a single bull run. They all came out after the 2017 explosion, and a lot of them were forked and created in 2018, 2019, and so on. So they've only seen this first 2021 real big bull run, and we don't know if we're going to see these things hit their all-time highs. A lot of coins most likely might not. So it's an interesting concept on where the money is going to flow. Now, the obvious answer is Bitcoin. Yes, it's going to go up. It's going to go up for sure. The year 2023, every time we see some type of little crypto pump, you got to laugh. I bull run guys, you see the magic people. Reddit post pretty much explained it all, where you see the O's, you know, all the people with their excited faces and their mouth makes like an O and all that stuff, you know, super excited. Bull runs on the mix. As soon as we see prices go up like 5% on something, it's like, oh, we're in a bull run, hodl, hodl, hodl. But 2023, I really feel there's no bull run happening here. We're going to see some nice gains. Yes. We're also going to see a lot of big drops. I feel 2023 is the year of the trader, and it's the average of about sideways. I think we're going to average sideways with the ups and downs. So we're going to see lots of ups and lots of downs. But again, we're not in any bull run. I don't see any bull run happening in crypto till around, you know, maybe fourth quarter of 2024. And then obviously it's going to be spiking up pretty fast moving into 2025, where we should start smashing out some new all-time highs, at least for Bitcoin, most likely Ethereum and stuff like that. But we'll just see how the market actually plays out. But that's how I see it. And then in 2026, we're going to be where we are again, looking down, trying to time the bottom. It's just the way it works, I think. 2023 is the year of the pigeon. That's hilarious. Pulsar was a fork from Raven Light. No, I don't think so. I don't know, actually. I have no idea. Isn't Ravencoin Light now Avian? I got so confused with all this forks going on. I don't think it is. I think Pulsar is a fork of something else, if it even is forked. I'm not 100% sure. The algorithm, I think, is their own, but don't quote me on that. But I don't think it's forked from anything Raven or anything. But I could be wrong. I'm not actually sure where it actually came from. You have to check all that out. Litecoin. Litecoin actually has something going on. I can't remember what it was. Obviously there's a halving coming on, but they adopted something from Bitcoin that Bitcoin recently seen. I also listened to that Twitter space the other day. What the heck was it? That Bitmain. Did you guys hear any of you guys on that Twitter space with Bitmain? I can't remember what they called the word. It started like an O. It's like an Alger or something. I don't know what it is, but pretty much it was almost like the way I kind of gathered it was like MEV for Ethereum. Something about adding these blockchains, these things onto Litecoin where it would increase the gas fees. Now that'd be bad because Litecoin's a money mover and they don't want that. For miner revenue, it'd be nice. But as we know, in terms of script miners and revenue of miners on Litecoin, most of it does come from Dogecoin. So when the Litecoin halving actually comes, we're not really going to see that much of a reduction in profitability because most of that does come from Dogecoin. But I can't remember. Litecoin does have something coming onto the chain soon. I can't remember what it was. Actually, maybe it's on that same blog site. Let's just go to home here and have a quick look. Maybe there's something going on here with Litecoin. Where is it? Home. Is it my blog? CONFLUX, this. Litecoin, CONFLUX. No. Maybe there's somewhere else I've seen it. Ergo, rise and fall. Yeah, I don't know. It's not here. I don't remember where I seen it, but I seen something that Litecoin is implementing, something that's been working really good for Bitcoin. And I don't remember what it's called, but something's happening with Litecoin. That'd be sweet. Avian is Ravencoin Lite. Yeah. So yeah, Ravencoin Lite's an interesting, or I guess Avian now even. I'm not sure what they've been up to, but seriously. So Ravencoin obviously forks Bitcoin. We got Ravencoin. Now we got Ravencoin. Was Ravencoin Lite or Ravencoin Classic? Oh, now I'm all mixed up between them all. Now was it Ravencoin Lite or Ravencoin Classic that forked Ravencoin? So anyway, one of them forked Ravencoin and removed the asset creation part out of it. And I think that might have became Ravencoin Classic. And then Ravencoin Lite came around, forked Ravencoin Classic, and supposedly added asset creation back in. So I don't know why they forked that when they could have just forked Ravencoin and been in the exact same boat instead of forking Ravencoin Classic and then adding in what Ravencoin Classic took out of Ravencoin. And then they ended up changing their name over to what we currently know it as Avian now. I think that's how it goes, but I'm not sure. But it's a weird transition on what's going on. I don't know what some people are thinking. It's crazy. What's the other thing? There's something going on with the Dogecoin fork. I don't know what's going on with that. I do know that what's his name is doing a fork of Dogecoin for ETF. And I don't think is that the same thing? That better not. I hope that's not the same thing. You guys heard about all these things? I got to look into this more often, but supposedly one thing, because there's a community split between what's going on with Dogecoin. Now, I don't know if this has anything to do with the whole POS side of things with Dogecoin, which allegedly it sounds like it's not going to happen, but still there's a lot of what ifs. Like, why would you implement this whole thing? Like, they're literally building the POS side, which is weird, but yet it cannot go through without a vote. So why would you build everything if there's like a huge chance it'll be voted out? So I still don't understand that aspect of it. I don't know. I don't get it. But they got to go through the voting process. Highly doubt Doge will ever go POS. But supposedly there's some fork going on with Dogecoin because of two sides clashing. Now, remember what happened last time two sides clashed? We got the DAO hack on ETC, which got forked, and then Ethereum became Ethereum. And then the original Ethereum, which is legitly Ethereum Classic, became Ethereum Classic, which is one of the only times the fork took the original name, which is another thing weird. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all these, the way they're doing things. But usually if you fork a coin, you got to use the original coin plus add on your version, not fork it to take over the entire thing. So I don't know. Crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Ask Chump Change. He knows it all. With the Dogecoin fork or with the ETF fork? Because I know the ETF fork is going to be a very interesting one. I just don't know. I really hope it's not Justin Sun, but he is not part of any of the Dogecoin teams. So I think the Dogecoin fork is a totally different thing. I'll try to get a bunch more information together and actually figure this out, but it's going to be interesting, or it's going to be airdrops. I know on Saturday you guys talked about it. You can just keep forking something and keep airdropping yourself a crap ton of coins and keep dumping on people. That's very, very likely too to cause a whole bunch of rug pulls and scams as well. So we got to watch out for things like that. So yeah, I don't know, crazy stuff. RabidMining, the reason to build it is for the main channel, but if it does not get approved, they will fork to something else. Maybe, I don't know. Because remember, we look back a while back when I first said, you know, Dogecoin could move to proof of stake. There's a huge uproar, and it makes a lot of sense because miners, like we said, if Dogecoin ever did go to POS, that's like Ethereum merging on GPUs. That's script miners will be dead. They'll be one of the worst ASICs you could buy, minus you know, a small home data miner at this point in time under the KA3s. But that's the effect that Dogecoin moving to POS would have, because over 60% of the profits come from Dogecoin, Litecoin, and all these other coins. They're not paying you pretty much anything to support their network. They pay out very low amounts to the miners compared to where all the profit in Dogecoin is coming. So it would be a huge thing if they went to POS. Now, they mentioned it, and Vitalik was, you know, getting consideration, all part of the foundation. A lot of people say the foundation isn't really the Dogecoin devs, and I don't even know what's going on because allegedly, you know, Dogecoin just started as a joke coin, and then all of a sudden it just took off with an army, and actually it's more advanced in theory, in my mind, than most of the cryptos out there, because you can actually use it to buy stuff, which is huge, because that's the whole purpose of crypto, is to purchase stuff with crypto. And Dogecoin, you can do that at a lot of places now. So in my mind, it's ahead of a lot of cryptos because of that very fact. But, you know, it's been like a year or two, and we have no solid information on what the heck was going on with that. Everywhere you look, Reddit, everyone still thinks it's going to POS. That was the last thing they ever said, but nothing was ever set in stone or mentioned after that, which is when I released the video. Dogecoin could go to POS because that was the info. And then finally it brought out, I guess, the foundation and some of the devs and stuff. And they started saying, hey, you know what? It could, but it's probably not going to happen because it has to go through the voting process. But they are building it. So yeah, they're building it, and then they're going to submit it for the voting process. And then all the miners and whoever has parts of voter rights will be voting on if it will go through or not. Again, most likely it won't. But the fact that they're building it and then throwing it into a vote, it's going to be interesting, which could lead to this potential split, that there could be more behind the scenes. So what if that does go through? What if it is almost done? They do submit it. If it loses the vote, yes, they could very well fork Dogecoin and take a POS side. And then also, obviously, we have the proof of work side. And that's going to be an interesting aspect, because then, you know what? Which way will most of the people? Because remember, the army, the Dogecoin army who invests in it, they might follow the Ethereum route, and also they might have Vitalik on board for that. What if all the investors do go to the POS side? And, you know, miners are still sitting here with Dogecoin trying to mine something that has no more people buying it. This is still a potential hazard for script miners moving in the future, as far as I'm considered. But again, it's probably way out there. I just think it's very weird that they're still building the darn thing and hasn't even gone to a vote yet. So, you know, a fork could happen depending on the results of that once it's done. It's going to be interesting times. Very crazy, crazy times. POS is bad for banks. Also, we got the whole US thing. What's going on in the US? We don't know, with the whole ban on staking. Now, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I probably can't really mention going on in the background of all this stuff. And I can't remember. I remember seeing an article a while back about there's X amount of people. I can't name. I don't want to name anything because it'll probably take sides and you'll kind of get an idea of what's going on. But supposedly there's like a currency that wants to overthrow the US version of the dollar. And a whole bunch of these countries are kind of getting together, and these ones are doing that. And it seems like anytime anything interrupts that momentum, you know, things happen, and we get fed a whole bunch of different things throughout that. So it almost seems like something like that is going on, and things are getting very interesting. Now we have talks of China potentially leading the next bull market. We got potential staking being banned in the US, and I don't know. There's some crazy stuff going on right now, and you can't really talk about it because it hits a lot of different things differently. I still like what Soat says about proof of work and POS. What did he say about it? Which one is it? Is it something I can say live? I forgot to like, but I just did. Did you? Yeah. Did you guys hit that like button? Smash it. Smash it. And also, I'm also curious, guys. Should we go live more often? Like, I feel some viewers like watching videos. Other viewers like to engage. You know, like right now, you write in the chat. We try to answer questions. We talk back and forth. And I feel as a community, that's probably one of the best ways to go back and forth with each other. But yeah, Biden Bucks coin BBC. Yeah, man. Days are boring lately. Days are boring. Oh, 8 bits. Why? Why are they so boring? What's going on? Have you seen where SEC dictated less than 60 days any exchange that doesn't follow bank guidelines? I did not see that, but that's a pretty big deal. No, I haven't. That reminds me of something else. What is it? Is it Swift payments? Remember back Binance said they were banning all what's it called? What is it? All payments, under $100,000 or something. Now, I think it goes a lot further than that. I believe it's like Swift or whatever the provider that processes all this actually made the rules up. It wasn't Binance themselves. So there's crazy stuff going on right now. Yeah, Swift. So yeah, I think it's Swift. It was them that actually implemented. It wasn't Binance that said we're not going to take any. Obviously, they want to take all the money they can and use people to do that. So it's not a Binance thing. It's another government regulated entity that's making these things, which does suck because obviously, like, seriously, I don't have $100,000 at least that I can just send to an exchange to buy crypto. And I know a lot of you guys probably don't either. And if you do, that's awesome. You're probably driving Lambos. But, for most of us out there as people, we don't just have $100,000 sitting around that we can send over to an exchange. We send in $20, $50. $1,000 here, $500 there, $20 there. That's the amounts that, normal people do. So they're pretty much slashing it right across the board of limiting the people that have the chance to get into crypto. Now above 100K is also really? Now it's like not even allowed at all. Like there are no bank transfers altogether. That's interesting. How smart is the Swift rule? No, don't risk 100. You must risk 100K minimum. Yeah, no doubt. Huh? Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. But I guess, the people that have that 100K minimum to send, they probably think they know what they're doing better than the average person that's just sending $20 because they got, I guess, a scam phone call or something. I don't know. It's crazy. It's coming, the Lambo. Not yet. The Lambo's coming. Awesome. More live. Funwiser say more live. Why put so many resources in the building? I say their backup plan is to fork. Yes, fully electric. Again, I 100% agree. And a lot of other people, they didn't like that I said that Dogecoin may go to POS. But the point here is, or everyone calls me, a FUD spreader. But I feel we need these things to give us better research. If everyone just goes around, they're like, think about it. Everyone just pumps the crap out of everything, talks nothing but positivity, and no one says any types of negatives, then no one will know that there's any negatives. And as soon as someone says something negative about something other people really love or everyone else is always saying plus on, all of a sudden it's FUD or misinformation. It's not. We need other reactions. We always say do your own research. So if everyone is just, making videos on how great something is, what is bad about something? And if Dogecoin does go POS, and why the heck? These are questions we need. Why the heck are they building POS if everyone's saying, it's not going to happen anyway, or it's not going to go through? Yes, they're doing it for a reason. And if they don't get their way, a fork could 99% chance happen. And then it's really going to get interesting to see where do people go at that point once they do end up POS. Now what if you can make, a whole bunch more staking Doge DOS. I'm getting all mixed up here, getting right into this too much. But, we need different point of views of this. And it's really hard to do your own research if you have no other views other than how great something is. So that's a one-sided point of view. We need more points of views on the situations. But yeah, I'm glad I did those. I don't care who got mad at them, but it did bring the devs out. And they did say that it has to go through the voting process. They have to do all these steps first, but they also did say it's being built. But once it's built, then we'll get the votes on it. So we have confirmation that they are still building it. Yes, it's probably going to take quite a bit of time, but we still way up in the air. what's going to happen once they actually do submit it? What's going to happen once, what if the votes go down? A fork is very liable in this case, and that's something we have to watch. And Fully Electric knows that. You've been right so many times again and again. I agree. You got to be real. Yeah, you got 100% agree. I'm not here to spread a whole bunch of bad information. I'm here to get the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what? Like, same with mining, same with anything. Like, obviously GPUs look bad. Before the ETH merge, we've seen everyone pumping how great a bear run mining could be, how great everything will still be profitable after Ethereum. You don't have to worry. And here I was standing alone pretty much by myself telling everybody, GPU mining is going to die, guys. It's not looking good. Look at the numbers. Here's my spreadsheet. Here's this. It's not going to be like that. Meanwhile, here you can mine billions of dollars by 2025 by mining these coins, bear market mining. But as we knew ahead of time, you guys that followed, hash rate moving off Ethereum is going to destroy all that. We're not getting the yields that we got in previous bear markets. GPU mining is 100% different this time, and it's going to take a long time to recover, and it's still coming down to the very same thing. I don't think any coin is going to hit the levels needed for GPUs to become kind of decent. They're probably still going to be the worst way to mine crypto in the next bull run, but there's still the uncertainty of how many miners are going to shut off, because there's a lot of hash rate waiting to turn on. So as profitability does pick back up, things may be looking a little bit brighter. But as more GPUs turn back on, until these people realize that, this is not looking good, profitability is going to tank again. And then once the hash rate does finally start to fall off, we may start seeing profits. And again, I don't think we're going to see a full GPU comeback until probably 2029 for this very reason, because you seriously got to think about it. I went over this in the past. 2025 hits, bull runs happening, everyone's pumped up, GPUs are getting turned on, profitability drops due to the very reason, depending how high some of these coins take, and they need insane amounts of gains for this hardware to become profitable. Now we move into that. 2029 will hit, GPU miners will have lost faith because the profitability wasn't really that great. Yes, it will be profitable, but it's not going to be $14 a day, $6. We're still going to have over a year ROI, probably if you sell at the peak of the bull run on a GPU. So this will drop off quite a few miners. Moving into 2029, we're going to see some decent gains. A lot of the young coins we have now will be maturing pretty good. Now we're going to have 4 new years of GPUs to come out, because DAG sizes are going to be starting in depending on the coin. Some DAGs will still just be fine, but some coins will be getting dagged out on current 3000 series. A lot of farms will have to revamp, and you have to get newer GPUs as for efficiency and so on. But because 2025 was so bad, people will be like, no, I'm not doing it. And then we see an explosion, and GPU mining profitability will probably get pretty good again in 2029 for that reason. That's kind of how I see it going on. Now, I could be 100% wrong, and I totally hope I am, because obviously I want 2025, end of 2024 to 2025 to gain some profitability back. But I really feel that we're still in for a huge wake-up call when it does come to GPU mining. But we'll see. We just have to wait and see what happens. Have you ever hear of Endless Mining? RPM said they were legit in one of his videos. Or do you have any ASIC seller recommendations with products already in the US that accept credit card? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know them, and I don't know. I could try emailing and talk to them and get a feel for them for sure. But as for, straight out of the US, I'm not sure who's all there. It's just the main common ones, like, I guess, Miner Bros, Coin Mining Central, all these other third parties are pretty much the only ones I've ever really talked to and stuff personally that I can vouch for. I don't know any straight up in the US or Canada or North America in general type of vendors. But the problem is, in recession, we have Bitcoin halving. That's very true. That's very true. Halving takes place, and Bitcoin is going to drop from 6.13 down to, I guess, 3 Bitcoin in theory on mining. So profitability is going to dump on that hardware. But again, in theory, this is Bitcoin we're talking about. It's the Mac Daddy. It's the King Crypto. That usually is what starts sparking. Now, it doesn't spark the bull run right away. There's still going to be people saying, I can already see it. Let's pretend that halving is happening next week. They're going to have people today saying, Get ready, guys. Bull run is 2 weeks away. People are going to be saying the halving is going to spark the bull run like that day. No, it's going to be a couple months still after the halving that we're finally going to see price gains. When is the halving right now, actually? So let's just have a look at a current time frame to kind of get an idea here. So Bitcoin halving, I'm sure NiceHash always has their thing going on. Bitcoin, that's Forbes. Bitcoin halving countdown. Let's go to that. NiceHash. There we go. Now remember, this is always going to change. It still says 1 year, 65 days, 7 hours, 7 minutes, and 34 seconds. The only thing we care about, and this was a big issue I saw going in with Flux, which it still seems like a lot of people don't understand how halvings or even fork updates, all this stuff happens. So they always happen at a current block height. So when a block is mined, so example, let's take Flux for an example. You know, there's a lot of timers. We went through this a lot with Ethereum. There's 3-4 different Ethereum merge sites. One was predicting the difficulty bomb, other ones was predicting the merge, and all sorts of, and so on. But it happens at a certain block when that block gets mined, or in case of the POS, it went through an epochs and stuff is the way it's being validated now instead of block heights. But when it hits this block is when the Bitcoin halving will happen. So this, like, depending on the hash rate, if more hash rate jumps onto Bitcoin, obviously, in order for the difficulty to adjust, Bitcoin is a very slow adjusting difficulty. It takes like 2 weeks to adjust that difficulty. So a bunch of hash rate, you know, people turn on, buy a bunch of miners, blocks will be found a lot faster, speeding this up. But at the same time, as hash rate picks up, then that difficulty finally adjusts. And then if miners come off, blocks will be found slower, which means it'll slow this timer down. In the end, all you care about and what you want to look for is this block height. So you can use this, check on it every couple of weeks and get an idea of the adjustments. It will adjust to it, but this is all you care about. At this block height is when the Bitcoin halving will take place. Now, moving on, when like with the Flux one, for example, there was a big thing going on Twitter, like, what? Why did Flux halving get extended? Because people don't understand how this actually works. And the timer on NiceHash, whatever timer was going on for the Flux halving, you know, it said like 1 hour away, and all of a sudden, oh, we still have another day or something, because it finally updated to where the block height was based on when it was supposed to have. So who cares what the timer actually says? It comes down to the block height. When it hits that block, that's when the halving will occur. It's not that nothing was extended. It's not that nothing was delayed. It's just that depending on the difficulty and hash rates, it just took longer or shorter to find the blocks to hit that current block height. What do we got here? Thank you very much, Matt K, for the 5 US. I've been bullying eBay sellers about 4 cards this month. Should I feel bad? Because I don't. I know you're not into GPUs, but Castle Flux Moon. Hey, I'm totally into GPUs. Don't take me the wrong way. It's not that I'm not into GPUs. I am 100% into GPUs. I'm in all ways to mine crypto. I just look at the profitability of things and kind of make my own decisions for myself. I'm not making decisions for you guys. I'm making decisions for myself on, you know, what should I invest in at this time moving into there. And yeah, sure, bear market, you know, as more people, you know, turn off, or maybe we see some cheaper prices, sure, I'll pick up a couple of GPUs here and there. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not throwing, you know, I'm not taking out a bank loan and building out an entire farm on GPUs, because there's still a lot of uncertainty on how it will perform moving into the next bull run. We really got to see what happens with these coins. And then, you know, if something starts looking good all of a sudden out of nowhere, you know, maybe quickly get out there, you know, get a lump sum stockpile, you know, maybe quick 10 GPUs or something before everyone else catches wind on something. So, you know, there's still a lot of things out there, but I'm not giving up on GPUs at all. I know I'm just thinking it may not be as hot as obviously 2021 was. Power to Matt UK. Let those GPUs run. RabidMining, Rabid, you got a super message. Yeah, I talked it. I just went over it. Sorry, I was in the middle of that. I seen it in the corner of my eye, but I got to it. But yeah, thank you very much, Matt, for the US $5. 100% appreciated for sure. RabidMining, if you had free power, what would you mine with my GPUs? If I had free power, okay, I guess the easiest way to go about it is let's go to what to mine. This is something I would probably do if I had free power. Now remember, there's different ways to mine crypto. I do plan on talking about this sometime, making a video, getting your guys' input. But there's different ways to mine crypto. If you support a project, you know, there's nothing wrong at mining at losses. Like there's a lot of uncertainty going on with mining at losses, mining at this. You know, obviously these algorithms, they need hash rate in order to run. So hold on, I just want to just put in any GPU actually. Free power, let's put in 50. All right, let's go 13070. We're just gonna rock it here. I'm gonna go zero cost. Calculate. All right, what do we got? Looks like Nexa. Nexa is making 37 cents on free power. So what would I mine? I'd mine Nexa. Is there anything higher than that actually? Let's see. Let's just make sure. 35, 34, 35, 33, 33. Yeah. So free power looks like Nexa right now. It's 37 cents on free power. So I would mine with free power. I'd put everything on Nexa. It doesn't mean you have to hold the coin. If this is giving you the most and you have free power, now you take these coins and you can swap them to Ergo, swap them to Flux, Cortex, Vertcoin, you know, Firo, whatever the heck you want. The point is you're getting you're using your GPU and you're getting paid the max amount that you can for your set hardware. You can just swap that into something else after that point. So that's what I would do. Right now, looking at this, if I had free power, I would jump onto Nexa currently. Free power is easy. Just a couple wires in front of your power timer. Very easy, but not legal. Oh, crazy, crazy. Basic AI coins that utilize full GPU PCI lanes might become the future trend, or maybe even in next bull run, it might be a must. See, that's a very interesting thing that I'm curious about moving into this whole proof of useful work thing. I know, like, you know, they can do AI and do this and video render and so on, but you're talking there about using all the available GPU PCI lanes. Now you can't really run complete lanes through ×1, or can you? Maybe there's a way to do it. I don't know. But in my mind, I feel at that point, you're going to have to start building like servers, and you're going to have to start, you know, using like 7950Xs with a single GPU and the highest amount of memory you can find, like 3090s and 4090s, to be worth your while. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's almost like it's turning into a file coin where you need a $20,000 PC with one GPU in it to support it all. Oh yeah, you can put that into there too, but isn't the second slots runs at X8, doesn't it? So you're still not running the full-time 16 speed. Now you can still get a lot of speed at X8, and then I believe the third one would be X4, and then I just mean GPU mining in general. Like we're only using ×1 when it comes to mining, so you're stacking up, you know, 12 to 19 GPUs. But you start getting into this AI rendering, trying to use every lane that you can for maximum performance, you're gonna start limiting your rigs. But again, I don't know. Red Panda just told us he gave up GPU mining. How can you still run your GPU farm? Rabid different is way down. Panda, no, I don't think, Steven, did you actually watch Panda's video? He labeled it that, but he didn't actually give up. He just got a new motherboard in. He's building stuff. He has decent power price. There are things profitable for him, and he is actually still GPU mining. He didn't give up. But he was just kind of running through all the different comments and stuff that people have been hitting. As for myself, I am profitable right now. My GPUs are currently turned on. They are on Nexa, and it says based on my spreadsheet, I'm only making $1.67. But you know, it's still a little bit profit here. You know, if it pumps more, it's worth more. If it doesn't, it drops. I kind of miss out. I'm kind of borderline now. So if the price does go down on Nexa, I'm kind of hooped. But if it goes up, then, you know, obviously it's a bonus here. So it's really only a one way that I'm hoping that it does right now, but we'll see. My best friend's rigs are great space heaters. Old Exxon boards are $100 and have 60+ lanes. There you go, 60+ lanes. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I guess that would work for that for sure. I don't know how I never played with server boards or anything, so I don't know how the lanes. I'm talking like common consumer stuff. I guess old Exxon stuff actually is pretty cheap. Xeons, they're pretty cheap. You can get them for only a couple $100 now. But like when you're dealing with like 3900Xs, 3950Xs, maybe Intel's, you know, consumer gaming PCs is more of like the consumer grade mainstream where you are limited to only a single slot with ×16 of your PCI lanes. Yes, Red It's never mining again. Yeah, never mining again. It just wires in 400 amps to look at. Oh, crazy. I wish I could wire in 400 amps. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. And it's crazy too. Like, it's an interesting concept. I remember, what was it? It was was it 2020, early 2021? No, you hint a little bit towards ASIC miners and stuff. We talk a little bit about the evolution from obviously CPUs to GPUs and then over to like FPGAs and ASICs. And, it's a common thing depending on the algorithm. ASICs is like the evolution of a lot of mining algorithms and stuff. So, everyone just hated on ASICs, but now there is more of a push to home miners, small home ASICs, and it seems like a lot more people are now looking into ASICs versus where, 2 years ago, they just smack talked crap out of them and say they're absolute garbage. But now it's like a transition over, okay, you know what? These things are actually profitable and better than, this other hardware. You're going to order a couple. So it's kind of cool and interesting to see, the transition and crypto. And at the same time, like, I don't even know how to explain this. Like, depending on who you ask, you'll get a different answer. Now, seriously, I'm going to ask you guys this question right now. And I want to see who answers it in which way. So what is better at mining? What is better, a CPU, a GPU, or an ASIC? I'm curious how you guys are going to answer this question. DynXL 2.24 new miner preview shows a big hash rate proven on 30x if you are. Oh, really? There's a new. Is it out now? I thought it was going into beta. They released 2.2.4 now. Chancoin? I was not aware of that. I gotta check it out now. FPGA. Personally, I do like ASIC. Okay, that's interesting. Any more people gonna comment on this? All of the above. All right. So you guys pointed out FPGAs. You do like ASIC. FPGA is the best of all. Now, here's my answer on it. And some of you guys probably know my answer on this, but the answer is it depends on the algorithm. A lot of people say, we have the evolution. Like they always bring up Bitcoin. It started on CPUs. Same with Caspa. Started on GPUs, CPUs, went to GPUs, moved to FPGAs, eventually be ASIC. But guess what, guys? This depends on the ASIC. Now, is an ASIC better on Monero than a CPU? Hell no. It all depends on the coin you want to mine and the algorithm it uses. So no, an ASIC is not better than something else. It only depends on the coin and the algorithm. So you can fire out a CPU being, they're horrible. GPUs are way better for hash rate, or an FPGA is way better than a GPU or this. But it only depends on the algorithm you're mining because each one is geared towards a different situation. So this is what you got to keep in mind. Like, remember, Monero used to be mined on GPUs and FPGAs. And I think there were some ASICs on there when it used to be like old Kryptonite and stuff. Then they forked over to RandomX. Now you have a 3900X rocking in around 15,000 hashes, unefficiently. You can rock about 12,400, nice and efficient, 109 watts. Or you could throw a 3090 or something on there and get maybe 1 hash, 20 hashes, 200 hashes at like 400 watts. So you can kind of see what's going on here. It all depends on the algorithm that you're mining, which determines what's better. So if CPU coins are pumping, there's no ASIC or GPU or anything that's going to touch it because a CPU is the efficient miner to use based on the algorithm. So that's kind of I was curious if you guys were looking into that, because a lot of people say, oh, ASICs hash better or a GPU hash is better. That's not the case. It only hashes better depending on whatever the algorithm you're mining has. So it would come down to the coin that you truly believe in and the coin that you want to mine and a coin that could pump up. Example, look at everything that's going on in the world. What if, it seems like there is a move to privacy. Everyone wants more privacy. So in theory, if privacy really explodes, CPUs are going to destroy profitability in terms of numbers, because we got XMR, we got Duro, we got a couple other privacy coins, we got Haven, which I believe some GPUs can mine that as well. It's also good on CPUs. But if these privacy coins explode, everyone's going to be like, oh, we need CPUs because, look at the price of this. XMR just went to $2,000. Oh my gosh. Like it all depends on the algorithm and the coins that you're looking to mine, which determines what's actually the best hash rate. Comedy review Jazzminer X16Q when it comes out. I hope I can. I'm wishing I can. We'll find out what happens when they come out. But yeah, the X16Q I feel it's probably the best ETC, actually FW miner and stuff that will be released this year for sure. Again, we're still a couple of years away from the bull run to know what else could be coming out in the future. But that thing looks like an absolute beast. Like serious thing with 1.8 gigahash at like 630 watts, 650 or something. That's insane. 1.8 gigahash. And I bet you usually they get a little higher than what they're predicting. So that thing could probably push about 2 gigahash at about 650 watts. You can imagine running 2 gigahash with a hash rate on 120 volt. That's crazy. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Privacy coins value are being suppressed because they can be used to wash stolen crypto. Yeah, that's very true. But one day, you know, you can only suppress something for so long. Eventually, that spring will stay compact so tight that it has to explode. What's going to happen? It's going to be interesting. But again, we don't know if that'll actually happen, but it could happen. I like Daryl. It gives me food. But I see you are on Yada from your yesterday's video. Why Yada? I was just testing my note. I'm still not on Yada. I'm actually on Daryl. I'll prove it to you right now. Here, live proof. See, Daryl, Uranus. Here, Red Putz. We're on Uranus here right now. That did not come out right. Anyway, so we're... Oh my gosh. Anyway. Oh, wow. But yeah, there's live proof. I'm back on Duro again. I was just testing out my Yadacoin node because I was moving it over. Now I'm gonna have to delete my Yadacoin node, the Yadacoin node, and I want to do a video on showing people how to set up their node because I wanted to move it over to my node box from scratch, and it's been a while since I actually done it, so I wanted to make sure I still knew how to do it. So it all was looking good there. So that's what was going on there. RabidMining, don't forget ASIC is ASIC. It's built for that algo. Nothing else can touch it. Very true. That is very true. Again, which it comes down to the coin you want to mine. So, you know, I don't think ASICs are bad, especially like fully electric. He tries to get the newest ones in ASAP. And if you're late to the party, it could hurt you. But yeah, an ASIC is set for that. Example, script miners. You need an ASIC to pretty much mine script, and it's profitable. You know, Cadena now, you need an ASIC. CKB, you need an ASIC. You need an ASIC for said coins and algorithms. So you're going to have to go with an ASIC. You don't really have a choice in the matter, depending what you want. Uranus is a very deep subject. Oh, crazy. ASICs miners that will mine Doge when they come, and how are they called? ASIC miners that will mine Doge when will they come and how are they called? What do you mean by that? Are you talking about the hash blades? Is that what you're referring to? New ASIC miners that can mine Doge? And we still don't know. I imagine Bitmain probably has a refresher coming out. They'll definitely have one out by 2024, a new L9 or something. But I think hash blades, we'll see what happens sometime later on this year. Vincent Gallo, no, it's physically within the DIA. The actual chip is set up for the given algo. Yeah, you cannot swap to anything else after that. Once they make their chip, they do all their stuff. You know, that ASIC, it cannot swap to anything as much as you want to make it do so. Stream fine, chat fine. Okay. L7 plus. I had an idea. Oh yeah, I want to bring this idea to you guys before anybody else. So we were talking to Discord, just joking around the other day. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, we were talking about the E900, the E9 Pro. So we were talking about the E9 Pro, I think it was the other day, and we were talking about how it looks can be deceiving. So it sounds like the latest Bitmain miner, it's not an ASIC. It's actually an FPGA. Someone sent screenshots of early leaked. Early leaked, don't know legit. Didn't say, you know, E9 Pro or anything on it in the dashboard, but they're at the log and it said resetting FPGA. So the E9 Pro sounds like it's an FPGA miner, not really a traditional ASIC miner. And it also sounds like they cannot dual mine ZIL with ETC. So you are getting a little more limited there. Now, Sunloon told me that they are working on their X16 to be able to dual mine that. So maybe in a firmware upgrade, the Bitmain one will be able to as well. Again, I cannot confirm any of this because I don't have one, and the X16 is obviously not here yet. But So it's an FPGA. So then I started thinking, okay, so later on this year, April, the Hashblade chip is supposed to be publicly announced or visible to the public to see the efficiency of the chip on a USB stick. And then eventually, towards the end of the year, the Hashblade should be released. So I was like, okay, here's my idea. See how we're on the topic of the E900, looks to see when it's not an ASIC, it's actually FPGA with an ASIC case. I want to take a Hashblade. I want to put it in the L3 Plus case that I actually got from Budweiser a couple of years ago, the L3 Plus there. I'm going to take the Hashblade, put it into there and say, I just got the brand new L3 plus, and hopefully it does like 2 gigahash at like 200 watts or something crazy, whatever they're saying they're supposed to do. You imagine that though? I think that would be absolutely awesome. So I just want to bring my idea to light to you guys right now, in case somebody decides to copy me later on. You heard it here first. But I think that would be an awesome idea. Take the Hashblade, which is supposed to be like a little GPU, right? Like a GPU size, slam it into a cover of an L3 Plus, throw the fans on, mine it away with like that, and be like, hey, check out the new L3, 500 pluses after that. And I think it would be awesome. But we'll have to wait and see if those actually come to light. But I think it would be awesome. I think it would be absolutely hilarious. Obviously, I'll go through it and say this is not a legit miner. It's actually this, but I think it would be fun. Don't get overexcited. Yeah, you never know because they might not come out, right? We got to wait. Key date here is April, and we're coming into March. So like, a little over a month, we're going to see if these chips are actually publicly announced or not. So we'll wait and see. You'll donate an L3 Plus. That'd be awesome. I think that would be an awesome idea though. But again, we got to wait to see, if these things are actually going to be coming out this year or not. It might be a marketing stunt. Don't get overexcited. It is a company with 4 people. Hey, we never know. We never know. Companies got to start somewhere. Things got to happen somewhere. We just got to wait. This is the year that it's supposed to happen. Again, we don't know if it will. It's just supposed to happen. Key date, April is what we got to wait for. We got to see what happens in April. Once April goes by, and if there's nothing, well, I guess we got to drop any types of hopes we had. AM01 FPGA crypto miner. At RabidMining, all ETC ETH miners I have gotten, like the A10s, all come with a few FPGAs on the hash boards with many ASIC chips. Just like the Jazz miners all got one FPGA chip with many ASIC chips. Oh, I was not aware of that. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know they're mixed with FPGAs as well as that. So interesting. They're not all okay. Right on. So so we got like some dual talking back and forth going on here. Right on. I was not aware of that situation. That's interesting. The Hashblade will never be released ever. It might not, but again, we don't know. We have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see how. I hope they do. I think that would be now here's another thing though. So there's a couple things that are going to happen all due to this, I think. I think Bitmain is also waiting to see what happens. We know Bitmain has closed doors. Sounds like the Hashblade has been closed doors for a while now as well. But, so usually Bitmain releases a new script miner every 4 years or so. And the next one is set. So in 2024, I think is when the next one is set. The L9, L7+++, or whatever they want to do with it. But I think it does sound like they do have a monster miner, script miner testing. That sounds like it's doing pretty darn good. I don't know if it's real or not because the numbers seem too darn good. So I don't know. But if the Hashblade does kind of come to light, I feel we could, once Bitmain catches wind of it, I feel we could see a quick released model of a new script miner from Bitmain to hit the market before the Hashblade, just to try to, take in everybody's money so no one has any money left for the Hashblade, right? It kind of makes sense, right? But I think we could see, like a halfway point, something, maybe an L7++ or something. Maybe they'll do like an L8. Who knows? No idea. And then in 2024, they might just drop the monster on us. I don't know. But I think if something does start to come to light there, we could see an immediate response coming from Bitmain, because they probably do have something they could release, but they don't really need to because they already own the script market. So they don't have to implement anything because everybody already wants L7s because they own it already. It's the best miner. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But if rumors start to pop out or they display this chip, I think we could see a fast half response coming out of Bitmain with you know, a pretty good miner this year as well. What do we got? April. No, that's right. It's April. It'd be interesting if it was April 1st. Very interesting. Yeah, that would be a bad joke. Hope not. It sounds very interesting. I think that the concept is very, very cool. You know, slapping ASIC chips on a PCB like a GPU, and then utilizing your normal mining motherboards to be able to mine script, which would most likely end up being more profitable than a GPU anyway, would be awesome, because all the infrastructure is already there for all of our farms. And, you know, even small home guys, one GPU, one miner, one whatever. We have the infrastructure, power supplies and stuff to do so. So we have it all. So it's a cool game they're playing. We just got to wait. We don't know. Like, nothing's really legit right now until we actually see some product. Bitmain like to use old numbers. They don't like using even numbers. Oh, odd numbers, old numbers. I don't know why I said old. Yeah, like to use odd numbers. Okay, so L, yeah, the L9 makes sense then. You know, I never really thought about that they like to use odd numbers. Huh. Yeah, D9, L7, L9. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I would like the hash blade, and it would be good before bull market. Yeah, for sure. 100%. But again, a lot of uncertainty going on. I was supposed to email them and see if there's any new type of updates going on, but I forgot. Hopefully, I'll try to do that today. Anyway, guys, so someone did mention earlier that Chump was going online. So let me just see if I can find that right quick. Maybe we'll try to come online. Maybe tomorrow we'll do, what's it called? Rig picks or something like that. We'll see. What? So good. Oh, I didn't do that. Copyright. Let me see. Try to find it. All right, what do we got here? How do I hit this button? Edit. I never remember where these commands are. How do you raid people again? I always forget. Oh, that says add fundraiser. Hey, I should start. I don't know if I'm allowed. I wonder if it'll let me add a fundraiser to myself. Rabid fundraiser added. It's a non-profit fundraiser for myself. Yeah, I don't think that'll work. I don't think it'll work at all. Search other channels. Let's see here. How come chump change is not? Oh, there we go. I think that's the one. Save. All right, that one should work. So you should get a link to a raid. Actually, you know what? I'll just go like this, and then I'll pause it. Do this, all this fundamental stuff. All right, guys. So I guess we are going to wrap this one up. You guys can all head on over. You should get a link also after for the actual raid over there. So thank you, everyone, for showing up for this live stream. I will see you all in the next one. Where's my button? Here it is. Rabid out.